bit of pleasure in burying Syracuse because I think he knows what his legacy is, and I think he wants to. I think he'll put the beating on those guys.
And maybe
Do you think
maybe he will.
You think Coach K's number one?
Yeah,
Right now, number one.
Right now, and all time. I mean,
Coach K's probably number
you gotta go. He has more wins in the NCAA tournament, men's or women's, than any coach of all time. He just passed Pat Summitt, who was the women's coach of Tennessee for a long time. He just passed her for all-time wins. So, hey.
He's number one.
Can't argue against him. All right, KU and Clemson. KU is a 5-point favorite. I'm going KU to win and to cover.
Kansas wins and they cover. They're playing okay, but they'll cover.
And their center, Abuke, is coming back.
That'll help.
So that'll help. They pretty much covered last weekend.
With that center, with their center coming back, that'll help them be a little more, because they're a 3-ball team now.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be a little more open on the 3-ball because he's down low, and they got to think about him a little bit. They'll hit that 3-ball. They'll probably win by like 9 or 10.
Okay. All right, moving on up to the East bracket. We have Villanova versus West Virginia. Villanova is a 5-point favorite. I'm taking them, and I'm taking them to cover.
Villanova covers. Villanova wins. Villanova's playing really, really well right now. West Virginia, who I like a lot, and I had them. The East bracket I actually have correct, except for I didn't have Marshall beating Wichita State, and I didn't have Alabama beating Virginia Tech. But other than that, I have the Sweet 16. So I'll say Villanova goes.
Okay.
Next game,
Texas Tech and Purdue. Purdue is a 1.5-point favorite. I picked Purdue to cover 20.5 in the first round and was wrong. I picked Purdue to cover against Butler and was wrong. So Purdue now 1.5. Maybe I'm going to be wrong again, but I'm picking them to cover and to win. So they're going to beat Texas Tech by 2.
Purdue covers. Purdue wins. They win by 2 or 3. That'll be actually like those are two schools where you're kind of like they're not big names or whatever, but that'll be a really good game. It'll be a really well played game. Texas Tech super athletic. They've really turned that program around a lot.
Yeah,
especially this year. That game will be awesome. It might be actually one of the best games of this weekend. It won't be the highest rated game because it's not Duke and it's not Kansas and it's not Villanova, but that'll be a really good game. Everybody should watch that one. Purdue covers, they win. That's it.
So then you got Nova and Purdue. I'm going to go Nova on the Final Four.
Whatever the spread is, Vegas will have it close.
Yeah.
Nova is going to cover on that. Nova will put the beating on those guys and beat them.
We missed the Elite Eight matchup: Kansas, Duke. In the Midwest.
I like Kansas.
I'm going to go Kansas also because I originally had Kansas in my Final Four.
But I
think they're playing really well right now, and they get it done.
Kansas is in my Final Four. I don't know what the spread is. The spread will be really interesting. They may have Duke favored. If Duke is favored, I would bet my firstborn child on Kansas. No,
oh man,
no, not really. But I'd bet on Kansas. Kansas beats them.
Yeah, so my Final Four
hot at the right time, man.
Kentucky, Nova, KU, and Michigan. And the only place we're different is you have Gonzaga, where I have Michigan in the West.
Yeah, and that's a toss up.
Whatever. Michigan was a 3 seed. Gonzaga was a 4, so a 3 or 4 because the 1 and 2 in that bracket are both out. So Xavier and UNC.
It's been a really good March Madness, dude.
It has.
It's really crazy.
I watched probably 85% of the games last weekend, and it was amazing. I was having a blast watching the games. We watched a few together. And it was a lot of fun. Shout out to Nick. He came up to Ugly Joe's. He's a listener to the show and watched some games with us. and it was a fantastic time. But so there's our Final Four adjusted with the upsets. My two I missed were Arizona and Carolina, obviously my winner. But
my Final Four I missed were Virginia and North Carolina.
So I mean, it's not like we were reaching with any of our Final Four.
I definitely wasn't. I mean,
upsets happened.
I had 3 number 1 seeds. I had 3 number 1s and a number 2.
Yeah.
And
Arizona was my dark horse, and they let me down for sure.
Whatever. I mean, Arizona was. Yeah, that was rough. That dude was that dude fired?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe. Well,
not as of yet.
Not yet.
But he could be. But I personally wouldn't fire him. I mean, but I think you got to. I am a coach, so I say an upset loss doesn't get you fired.
I don't know. I mean, he has a good track record there, so I don't know his name. I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but he's got a good track record, and whatever.
Yeah. I mean, but anyway, so that's our breakdown of the tournament. Again, tweet at us at Midwest Mikes. Hit us up on Facebook, which is also under Midwest Mikes. YouTube page under Midwest Mikes. SoundCloud, Midwest Mikes. Send us messages, tweet at us, post on our Facebook wall. If you think we're idiots, tell us. If you think we're spot on, then let us know. But so that's kind of the tournament.
Spot on, just like last week.
Yeah. I mean, hey, like I said, I did hit.
You did good on the spreads.
Yeah, I did good on my spreads, but not necessarily picking winners. So that's why this week I'm just picking spreads.
Rough.
Let you guys know.
Rough. Pretty rough.
Yeah. So anyway, what else you got for us this week?
Right.
I know you wanted to talk a little Kansas City Royals.
Well, so we'll talk a little bit of Royals. Don't have a lot to take away from spring training right now. I mean, everybody knows already Moose is signed back. John Jay's coming in. Clay Buchholz got signed this week. So I would say Dayton Moore's put together kind of a weird little veteran team. You would think if the Royals were rebuilding, they were going to be young. They're not young. They're actually, I think, average age is 29 on the starters. What I think Dayton Moore is doing with the team this year is I think he's going to try to flip a bunch of guys. And what I mean by that is I mean he's going to have a little bit of veterans on his team. If they play decent when trade deadline comes, he'll trade them off for prospects, put the prospects in the system, and then after trade deadline, we'll see a bunch of the young guys come up, which is probably what's going to happen. I don't think any Royals fans should expect playoffs. I don't think any Royals fans should expect even a 500 season. I got these guys winning like 70 games, maybe 75. Will you have fun if you go to the ballpark? Yeah. Don't overpay for a ticket. Don't pay $50 to go see him play the Yankees because the Yankees are going to blast them. Because the Yankees, to me, are either they're in the top 4 teams in the MLB. 70 to 75 games. I mean, if they hit 500, that's a surprise to me. But I'll say this: going out to the Royals Stadium is always a good time.
Always a good time, and I agree with you. I think 70, 75 wins. Hey, I'd say at least once this season we'll try to do a live broadcast out from the parking lot at Royal Stadium before a game, and hey, come by. We'll announce it. We'll tweet it out, and hey, come by and talk to us while we're doing the show. And
the thing is, if the Royals suck, the positive is ticket prices go way down.
Yep.
Jump in a car with your buddies, split the $17 parking. Yeah, 17 or 16. Go tailgate. Go drink. Play some games. Cook some food. Go to the game. You don't even have to go in by the first inning. Go in by the 4th, 3rd. Have a good time. It's always a lot of fun out there. So
because regardless if the team's good or bad, tailgating at Kauffman or Arrowhead
always
is
fun.
Always a good time.
And this guy's a big Dallas fan, but he loves tailgating for Chiefs games.
I do, because it's a lot of fun.
And me and you have tailgated for Royals games.
We have.
We've tailgated to the point where when the team was terrible, I don't think we went into the 5th inning.
Yeah, till they come around and make you go in.
I think I had we had a case of beer we had to finish up before we went in. So I mean that's part of that deal. So it's an atmosphere thing. And it's really fun and it's family. It's really family friendly.
And you really want to support our local teams because even though I am not a Chiefs fan, I don't want the Chiefs to move from Kansas City.
You don't want them pulling the St. Louis Rams.
No.
And leaving that Edward Jones dome a little empty.
So that's why I'm saying I want everyone to go out and support the Royals, go out, support the Chiefs, have a good time, And we're not saying you got to buy the best seat in the house or spend all your money.
No,
get on an app. There's several of them out there.
Go buy.
You can buy a cheap ticket for $5 or $10.
Yeah, go buy. They're going. The opening day is still pretty expensive. That's a whole deal in itself.
And you should experience opening day at least once. I've been
before too.
It's
I've
fun.
been a long time ago.
I went last year.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's
really
great time.
Fun. It's really fun. The thing is to like I think tickets for the games after that are around $20. That's fine.
Yeah.
Pay $20. But
pay
honestly,
$20, go out there.
If the team ends up getting terrible, it'll be like 10, 12.
Yeah.
Dude, go for $12. You have a blast. If the stadium's not full, move down, walk around.
Yep. Check out the stuff in the outfield. I mean, they've made Kaufman really nice, so go have a good time.
It's really fun.
So, all right. Anything else we need to hit before we sign off?
We're going to talk about a little bit on quarterbacks, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. NFL draft. Kind of the consensus top 5 quarterbacks. These are not necessarily in order. I'm just going to read them off.
This is actually
and then we'll rank them.
I would say we'll get the one off top. We've talked about it. We've talked about who we think the best player in the draft is.
Yes.
To death.
Absolutely.
It's Saquon Barkley. It's Saquon Barkley, best player in the draft. He goes to your team, your franchise changes, and I still see mock drafts with him going 7th. And
I don't believe that. I can't get that. I can't wrap my mind around it.
The teams really, really, really get on the quarterback deal because they believe they have a franchise quarterback, whatever, which is true.
It is.
But Saquon, to me, and I hope I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm terribly wrong. I think this dude is a total game changer.
And I think Cleveland is in the spot to pick him 1 and then still get one of these quarterbacks we're talking about at 4. Because you got 4 picks in the top 5. So, but anyway, so the top 5 quarterbacks in the draft are Darnold, Rosen, Allen, Mayfield, and Jackson.
Right. There's no other quarterbacks, is there? I don't think so.
I mean, it's a deep quarterback draft, but I think these are pretty much the consensus top 5. Guys have them ranked differently. Let's just go ahead and who's your number 1?
My number 1
out of these quarterbacks.
My number 1 is actually Josh Allen.
Josh Allen out of Wyoming.
Allen. Oh yeah, I like Josh Allen. I watched him play. At in the bowl game. I honestly can't say I watched him too much through the regular season because it's Wyoming. Watched him bowl game. 12 for 20. Whatever, 300 some yards, I think 2 touchdowns, no picks. Allen is a dude that has all the tools. Wyoming wouldn't even have been in the game if he hadn't been in there. This dude reminds me of a Carson Wentz. Difference between Carson Wentz and him, Wentz was hurt in college. This dude Allen is a beast. Never hurt. Rocket arm, big boy. I like him a lot. I'm
going Rosen.
That's fine too, because
as my number 1, and then I'm going Darnold number 2. And the only reason I have Darnold under Rosen is because of Darnold's turnovers. He led FBS in turnovers this year, And so I've got to bump him down to number 2. I feel like if you're a turnover machine in college, you're going to be a turnover machine in the pros.
Yeah, I'm not high on Darnold.